right, welcome back. It's a stop at the accidents. You know that we tried to stop and prevent accidents, and together with all of the stakeholders, put heads together to minimize accident in our country. And the gentleman with me now has been tasked with that responsibility of ensuring that we minimize accident on our roads. And a lot of people say they are doing a fantastic job across the length and breadth of Nigeria. And Igenos Omeje is the Lagos State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Welcome.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
All right, we are so happy to find you here because we know that you're a very, very busy man, always on the road, always looking at all that is happening and all that. In Lagos State, can you give us an overview and a situational report of where we are?
Well, presently, it's 2017. It's not just about, we just came back from the management retreat recently, and from what we have so far, all over the country, we are having a trending down. Especially in the fatality.
Okay.
The total cases is still a little bit up, but what really concerns us more is how many people died.
Okay.
From what we've been able to gather, compared to the same first quarter of 2016 and 2017, if you compare it, we had a trending down. In 2016, we had a total of 1,538 people that died. Fatalities. But in first quarter 2007, it just for now is 1,466. So that's why I say we are trading down. Yeah. Not at the pace we are not there. We are not there yet. But then the truth is, it's trending down. Yeah. But important. There is more work to be done.
Okay.
We need to do more to achieve the UN Decade of Action if we must actualize it come 2020.
Okay. So, all right. It's looking that we're in the right direction.
We're in the right direction.
It is coming down. What do we need to continue to do for it to continue to come down?
Thank you very much. If you look at the issue of fatalities, we've looked at it critically, and we discovered that speed is of essence. Each time we are looking at the fatalities arising from crashes on our roads. And that's why the United Nations this year also mirrored on managing speed. Today is the final day of the UN, the 4th UN Global Road Safety Week. We started on the 8th, and we ended it today with a Thanksgiving service. Okay. And within this week, we've been enlightening the motoring public on the essence of managing their speed.
Okay.
Speed is one of the speed violations, and all the speed-related factors is one of the major risk factors responsible for these fatalities. The fatalities we are witnessing on our roads. So we need to do more in terms of managing speed, and that's why the Federal Road Safety Corps came up with the issue of the speed limiting device that
that's what I was going to ask.
Yes, they said we should install it, because we know that if we can successfully get the speed limiter in all the commercial fleet operators, I can show you that this figure will trend down by more than 50%.
Okay, a lot of them don't even know the speed limits. Okay, many of them don't know. Many motorists don't know. They think that you can go as far as you think your vehicle, as good as your vehicle is,
or as good as the speedometer in your vehicle.
Yes. So please, Sector Commander, tell millions of our viewers what is the limit that you can go on our highways within the city and all of that. Break it down for them so that at least they know first and foremost what they can do, what they cannot do.
I'm happy you brought this up, because the whole problem we are having is hinged on the ignorance of this speed limit. The speed is determined by two critical factors. Number one, the category of vehicle you are using, and two, the road. The type of road you are using. Exactly. Looking at the type of vehicle you are, or the category of vehicle you are using now, if you are on your private car, normally on your private car, and you are on the expressway, the maximum speed limit you can go is 100 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
That's for your expressway.
Many of you don't know this. The Sector Commander is telling us now, no matter how good your car is, even if it's just brand new, don't test how good my car is with how fast I can go. 100 kilometers
per hour. Max. That's for private car. Then if it's a commercial vehicle,
okay,
now Commercial buses on our express, the maximum they can go is 90 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And on highways, 80 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
Now, people don't understand that there's a difference between an express road and a highway.
Okay.
Now, let me just, because of time, say it in one sentence. All express roads, they do not have intersection of any kind.
Okay.
In other words, no road crosses it, be it a minor or a major road. If a road have to cross an express road, it must go through the overhead flyover bridge.
Okay.
But highways have intersections.
Okay.
So it's more dangerously on the highway, because a vehicle can just come from any of the adjoining roads and block.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
Okay.
we need to manage our speed more carefully.
Okay. We are getting all of the facts from Aginos Omeje, our sector commander for Lagos State Federal Road Safety Corps, and maximum speed, because he has identified speed as the #1 cause for fatalities in our country. So they have to manage well. And 100 kilometers, if you are in that your brand new vehicle that you are so proud of, you cannot
on
go
the express.
On the express, okay?
Within the township.
Okay, yes.
Within the township,
yes,
you can't go that.
Okay, what can they do within the township?
The maximum you can go within the city center is 50.
50.
And that's where the road is really very good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can go you can find yourself as low as 30, 20.
Okay.
Depending on, because a street that is highly densely populated areas, you can't even go on 50.
All right.
Because children can just bump into the road unexpectedly pursuing their ball. And that's 50. You may not be able to brake and stop before you hit the child.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. I know so many of you will want to call us and we're not prepared so far to say that we are getting all of the information to you. That is what is important and all that. As we round up, Sector Commander, what are other information that are vital that you want to pass to our viewers this afternoon?
One other key thing we need to really have at the back of our mind outside managing our speed is the attitude we put on the road. Whatever attitude you put on the road, that determines also what you get behind. Okay. Some of us have a very bad attitude to the use of the road. We abuse the road a lot. Now, you can abuse the road. There is this popular saying in Road Safety Palace that the road can be patient but it does not forgive. You abuse the road, one day you will pay for it. So I would like us to watch our speed. Then, again, if you're on the road, distracted driving is another thing we are having an issue of use of phone while driving. You're changing music, playing music, and all those things. Distracted driving is very, very dangerous. Okay. We should avoid it. Then overloading is also another thing that is killing us in this country. You see people who load the vehicle, especially our friends in the commercial industry, to the extent that they have to put a plank and now load on it like that. So we need to also guide against overloading. And when it comes to issue of passenger overloading, you should not allow yourself to be the overload.
Yes.
When a vehicle, a bus, applying interstate is supposed to be 3 on a seat, and you now say you want to manage, you want to be 4. You are the overload. You are the person that is causing the overload.
So you yourself must refuse to be.
We must cultivate the habit of what we call passengers watch. Each time you are in a vehicle, please, all of us, if it is a 18-seater passenger bus, 14-seater, all of us should be alert watching what the driver is doing. Unfortunately, we develop this attitude of the driver is carrying us, is overspeeding, is then overtaking right through the right, through the left. Nobody is asking a question. The only person that will be safety conscious to say, please take it easy, it will become a witch. I will say, carry your witchcraft and keep it at home.
Yes.
And
don't wish us bad luck.
Don't wish us bad luck. So we need to know that the issue of safety lies in our hands. All of us, we have a role to play in ensuring safety on our roads. And that's why in road safety, again, we say road safety is a collective responsibility.
Fantastic. Aginos Omeje, the Lagos State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, in just those few minutes has been able to break down so much for us. And then we want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to at least impart these statistics to millions of our viewers. I'm sure from what you have said, a lot of accidents right now that should have occurred has been, stopped in the tracks right now, because those of them who are using all of these tips from you will ensure that those things that are supposed to happen will not happen, because now they know better.
Exactly.
They know better.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming. We know you are so busy. We appreciate you, and we want to continue to partner with the FRSC. Whatever information you have for millions of viewers, let us have them. Even when you are not physically here, we pass them on to you.
Thank
you so much for coming.
God bless you.
All right. Okay, well, it's Stop the Accidents, and like I told you, this is what we do every Sunday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Our aim to reduce number of accidents in our country, to reduce fatalities, and together with all of the stakeholders like the FRSC and all others as we've seen this afternoon, that is our goal and aspiration. All right, well, let me tell you before we go that we'll continue the second part of domestic accidents in our homes. Monica Anwusu will be here next week to conclude that conversation. I'm Kunle Aborishade. Have a fantastic Sunday. We'll see you next by the gates of God.